this is the classic DIY film. I mean, this is really all about DIY. I mean, I imagine you made it on about $25 and some new
We shot it in 12 days for $100 grand.
And that's and the editing. I mean, the post-production work is just great. I mean, it's like that must have been the place where you had a fascinating.
Well, we have Duart to thank for that. Duart is a wonderful post house that worked with me on my first film and gave me the opportunity to stay there for a really nice price, practically nothing for the duration of Don't Go in the Woods post. So if it wasn't for a local New York house, very where amazing films have been cut and had post production there, and amazing directors and cinematographers have worked there. If it wasn't for Duart, it would have been very hard to complete the film. So I had my editor have an office in there, and I was there, and we had their great sound guys mixing it. And you can't. Movies cost money to make, and if you're making a musical, it should sound good. And if it wasn't for Duart, we wouldn't be in the condition we were in.
But what I also thought was really fascinating when you think about certain horror tropes and certain images that you expect in a horror film, how you were able to do that without really over exaggerating it. Those effects just by cutting back and forth between the different images. Where did was that idea initially in the script?
I like smash cutting. I did it in my first film. I did a short called 5 Minutes, Mr. Well, which is which I made a few years ago, and it toured the world for a couple of years, and it was a very successful little short. And I like to, I thought rather than using, effects or anything, just use the film, use the cut to build tension and to make people wonder what's going on, rather than use CGI. I figured we could do it in the cut instead. I really wanted the film, because CGI is pretty, it's not expensive anymore. You can get a lot of things done for cheap these days with CGI. I didn't want there to be any in the movie. We didn't want any of the effects or the killings or any of anything to be computer driven. So that just came from me, the guy who's trying to teach himself how to make films. I think I'll do it this way. That's what happened.